You think you're swiping right on a soulmate, but you're actually walking into a predator's trap. These three individuals realized too late that the person behind the screen didn't exist, leading them straight to the decaying silence of an abandoned warehouse. Tonight, we uncover the terrifying reality of stolen identities. I didn't think anything of Lila at first. Her profile was exactly what you'd expect. Pictures in cafes, one blurry concert shot, a dog that probably wasn't hers. Bio said she liked late-night walks and weird art spaces. We matched around midnight, and she messaged first. "Hey, you seem familiar." That line again. I almost didn't reply, but the conversation flowed easily after that. No weird pauses, no broken English, no obvious bot behavior. She referenced things from my profile, books I liked, a band I mentioned. It felt normal. Too normal, maybe. About an hour in, she asked if I'd ever been to a warehouse near the river. Said it had recently been used for underground exhibitions. No crowds, just installations and projection stuff. I told her I hadn't. "You should come," she said. "We could meet there." That's when I hesitated. It was already late, and the place she described didn't sound like anything official. I joked, "How do I know you're real?" She didn't reply for a minute. Then she sent a photo. It was her, sitting cross-legged on a bed, holding up a piece of paper. My name was written on it. Not my first name, my full name. I stared at it for a long time. My Tinder profile only had my first name. I asked her how she got that. She replied with a smiley face. "You told me." I hadn't. I unmatched her immediately, blocked the account, even went through my other social media, changing passwords just in case. I told myself it was just someone who reverse searched my photos. Creepy, but not impossible. 2 days passed. Then Josh texted me. "Why are you on Tinder again?" I told him I wasn't. He sent a screenshot. It was my face. Same photos I'd used. Same bio, even down to a typo I'd never fixed. But the name was different, and the age was slightly off. "What the hell?" I wrote back. Josh replied, "Yeah, I thought you made a second account or something." Then he sent another message. "I matched with you." I called him immediately, told him to report it and unmatch. He laughed it off, said he wanted to see how far it would go. Over the next few hours, he sent me screenshots of their conversation. The account talked like me. Same sarcasm, same phrases I used. At one point, it even referenced a story I told Josh privately, a stupid thing that happened to me in uni. There's no way that should have been online anywhere. "Okay, that's weird," he admitted. Then the account asked him to meet at the same warehouse Lila had mentioned. I told him not to go. He said he wouldn't. The next morning, he didn't answer his phone. By noon, I was worried enough to drive to his place. His car wasn't there. That's when I checked the warehouse location. Police were already outside. They found his car in the lot. Engine still running, doors slightly open. His phone was inside, unlocked. They let me look at it briefly. The last chat was still open. For my profile, Josh had sent, "I'm here. Where are you?" The reply came seconds later. "I'm already here." Then, "You already matched." And the final message, "You just didn't remember." Josh was never found. The fake account disappeared the same day. But mine didn't, because I never made another one. The account used my sister's face. That's what made me stop scrolling. Same name, same photos, at least at first glance. Her smile, the way her hair fell over one eye, even a little scar on her chin. But my sister had died 3 years ago. Quel accident. Closed casket. I reported the profile immediately. My hands were shaking, but I couldn't stop looking at it. It had recent activity, updated bio, new photos. That's what didn't make sense. I should have left it alone. Instead, I messaged it. Who is this? The typing bubble appeared instantly. You tell me. I stared at the screen. My chest felt tight. I asked for proof. Something only she would know. A minute passed. Then an image came through. It wasn't a selfie. It was a photo of our childhood living room. Same wallpaper. Same couch we got rid of years ago. But it looked current. Clean. Not abandoned. I drove there that night. The house had been sold after her death. No one I knew lived there anymore. When I pulled up, the lights were off, but the front door was slightly open. I told myself it was just coincidence. Maybe the new owners forgot to lock it. Inside, the air felt wrong. Not dusty, not empty, occupied. The furniture wasn't ours, but the layout was the same. And the walls, they were covered. Photos of my sister. Dozens, maybe hundreds. Printed, taped, pinned. Some were real, taken from social media, family albums. Others were off. Slightly different expressions. Angles that didn't exist. Smiles that looked forced, like someone trying to reconstruct her face from memory. In the corner of the room was a desk. Stacks of paper, pens, notebooks. I flipped one open. It was filled with handwriting practice. Her name, over and over again. Then my name, again and again. My phone buzzed in my hand. A Tinder notification. Your match updated their profile. I opened the app slowly. The pictures had changed. No more of my sister. Now it was me. Photos I'd never seen before. Me walking down the street. Me unlocking my car. And one photo, taken from inside the house. Me standing in the doorway. From behind, I felt something shift in the hallway. I turned. Nothing there. Another message came through. You're easier to copy when you come inside. Police searched the house the next day. They didn't find anyone, but they told me something that stuck. There were signs someone had been living there for months. Sleeping, eating, watching. And they'd been practicing signatures. Not just mine. Multiple names. Like they were preparing to become someone else next. The Tinder account vanished. But every now and then, I get notifications. Profiles that look familiar. Faces that shouldn't be there anymore. And bios that change overnight. Erin's profile was almost empty. No tagged photos. No friends. No locations. Just her standing alone in dim places. Parking garages, empty streets, stairwells. Her bio said, I prefer places where no one goes. We matched late one night. Her messages were short but deliberate. No emojis, no small talk. She asked questions instead. Where I lived, what my schedule looked like, whether I lived alone. I dodged most of them. Still, I kept replying. After a few days, she suggested meeting. No public places, she said. Too loud. I joked, what, like a warehouse? She replied with coordinates. I checked them. An abandoned industrial building on the edge of the city. I told her no. That's when she sent the video. It was me, walking into my apartment building earlier that day. Shot from across the street. Slight zoom. Steady. I watched it 3 times. Then she sent another message. Now we've both seen each other. I should have gone to the police. Instead, I went to the warehouse. It was just before sunset when I got there. The place looked worse up close. Rusted metal doors, shattered windows, graffiti layered over itself. No other cars. Inside, the silence was heavy. Every step echoed too loudly. "Aaron," I called out. Nothing. Then I heard it. A faint buzzing, like dozens of phones vibrating at once. I followed the sound through a long corridor into a large open room. What I saw didn't make sense at first. Cubicles, old office partitions arranged in rows, and inside each one, a phone. Dozens of them, all lit up, all buzzing with notifications. I walked closer. Each phone had Tinder open, different profiles, different names, ages, faces. But the photos, they weren't selfies. They were taken from a distance, through windows, across streets, reflections in mirrors. Every profile was someone being watched. My phone buzzed. A message from Aaron. "Pick one." I looked up. At the far end of the room, someone stood between the cubicles. Same height as me, same posture. They stepped forward slowly. My stomach dropped. Their face, it was mine. Not perfectly, but close enough that, in low light, you wouldn't question it. Another message came through. "We need replacements." I backed away. They stopped responding eventually. The figure tilted its head, studying me. "We keep them active." I turned and ran. I didn't stop until I was back in my car, doors locked, engine shaking. I deleted Tinder that night, changed my number, moved apartments within a month. I never went back. But sometimes, late at night, my phone still lights up. Notifications from apps I don't have anymore. Messages I didn't send. Profiles using my face. Updated regularly. Active. Still matching. And always with the same line in the bio. Prefers places where no one goes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.